Some cardio done, just finished my workout. Did a little quick one of these for Facebook profile because I need to do 2 reels this week for my Rising Creator batch. So I was in there for a minute, then hopped over to you guys. Really good workout. Surprised how I look today. I'll get a weigh-in after this walk. A lot of times I drop weight and hit my low for the day after the walk. I'll see where I'm at. I was still up a pound. My waist is smaller, I'm tighter. I did some couple of poses. I've been working on doing vacuums. So I did like a side chest and some other stuff. I'll put up some pictures of that, I think. So training is going great. Like my upper body strength coming along really good. With a lot of this too, I'm going to talk more and more about. I've been doing a lot of studying of, because I've been talking a lot about we need to return to like that silver and golden era type physiques. And because that's what inspired me. Like to me, those guys were inspirations for me to get into lifting too. And, you know, I really think they had the best physiques. So I'm trying to study some of that and switch more of what I'm doing to that as in away from powerlifting. And I'm going to have to talk about those proportions a lot. Morning pressing day going, oh, awesome, good to hear it. But yeah, so my squats are just dropping big time, and that's okay. I had someone say, oh, you really aren't going to failure on those squats when I got stapled. No, I really am, guys. I have no way I could squat 500 right now, but that's okay. That's okay because I'm going to get kind of the physique I want. And I have big enough legs to be there already. It's not a big deal. But I can always build the squat up. You guys have seen me build my squat back multiple times. I think people forget that. I went 18 months without doing a single squat. And then I built my squat back to 600 pounds. You guys forget that. Just an FYI. So no, I mean, work sets with 315 on full deep squats are hard right now. Especially as I'm taking them to failure. Like I'm getting stapled, then unloading the bar and reloading it. But the other stuff's going good. All the pressing strength, and I threw pullovers back in. I did some 30 rep sets of pullovers with the plate. I think that's what was getting me when I was pushing pullovers hard. I was trying to treat them like a big movement. I'm like, well, I got to get stronger and stronger. Let's get up past 100 pounds using the barbell. Man, I just did sets of 30 paused with a 45-pound plate, and they felt phenomenal. Did them at the very end. So I feel like that's a big part of achieving that look those guys had. Vacuums, pullovers. Hit that like button for me though, guys. Let's get this likes flowing. So again, I've got the rib cage and everything for that sort of look. But certain things I'm going to be careful of because again, I've made notes of that. I've looked really close. I've looked at analysis by different experts too. And stuff I've realized, like the physiques today don't look as good for some specific reasons. And I can tell you really high on the list. Not enough pec, too much delt. Hey, and it's also because they use too many drugs and they pin their delts. What's going on, Burton? How you doing? Right, it's all the shooting of the delts is a big deal, plus too much drugs. I heard Ken Waller actually talk about that in an interview a few years back. He chimed in. Guy had a great physique back in the day. And he said, yeah, the modern guys look like water buffaloes, even their shoulders. So that's how big the shoulder came out. Started doing pullovers recently, just love them. Yeah, I mean, I love pullovers. Right? And the guys just, all the guys who had good physiques when I was coming up did pullovers, dude. There was just one dude, like, had a good physique too at my gym. Used to chat with him, and it's funny, he like didn't really know that much about training, but he just loved to lift. Really funny dude. But stayed really lean, and I mean, he wasn't super big. He was maybe 180 pounds, you know, and I used to laugh because the dude was funny as hell, a black dude. And he was over here just like, he's like, everything I do, man, I would just go back to training my chest all the time. Like, he's like, I want to come in and train legs, but I do a couple of sets of squats and I find myself doing pullovers again. I'm just back to chest, chest, chest. It's hilarious, you know, but he did pullovers all the time too. It was funny. And he was doing them with all series with dumbbells, plates. He just rotated through stuff. Dude was funny though, because he would say that. He's like, I seem to always want to just train my chest every time I go to the gym. And he started laughing. He's like, I'm like, so why is that? He goes, I don't know, because the girls all seem to like it. You know, and that was his motivation. Like dude was funny. Dude was really funny. Because that's what he would say. Like he worked out like 4 or 5 days a week, and he was always, I end up just doing chest every time I'm at the gym. And he would always do pullovers. And that's what he said. Now, he said it's because the girls just seem to love it. Because every time you take your shirt off, they just love the chest. So it makes me just want to train it. Like, this dude was funny. This is 25 years ago. Looks like a nice day. It is, guys. What's going on, Carol? So yeah, I've been studying this stuff more and more. And I mean, I got some stuff. I may post them up, see if I can do it without getting any sort of unoriginal content. Like some side-by-sides of Arnold and say C-Bump. And it will display exactly what we're talking about, of why Arnold has a better physique. So when it's like them in almost a front, almost relaxed pose, and you look at it and you realize Bumstead has twice the delt and half the pec that Arnold had. All that oil. What do you think of pre-workout? I don't think pre-workouts at all. I don't use them. But I mean, I had someone, and I have one of the things I've noted too. I say the pullover is a factor, but here's a big one. And this is going to upset some people. Bench press is king of chest. Wide grip benching is king of chest. And there's researchers who tell you that, right? I subscribe to your channel. Appreciate it, Burton. So you go back and all those bodybuilders back in that era, they all benched. They were all strong on the bench, and you watch them bench. They bench pretty wide grip, mostly flat back. Right now, how many of this current batch of guys, they don't bench wide. If they bench, right? But there was, the bench press isn't good for chest. I do dumbbells and machines. But then you look at their chest, and I'm like, you have no chest compared to those guys who were on a fifth of the drugs you were on. You know, this is a problem. So I think the chest is a big part of it. Those guys in that era really focused on their chest a lot. And it was, they obsessed over chest and arms. But they all had lats because they all did pull-ups. Right? They all had lats. That was where the upper body focus was lats, pecs, arms. And they all did pullovers, so they all had a long head of their tricep. They all had pecs. They all did wide benching. They did not shoot their shoulders. They didn't shoot their delts like all these guys. I'm seeing 150-pound physique competitors who are clearly pinning their delts. Good morning. Good morning, Lars. So, again, I've been studying this stuff, and I'm realizing definitely a massive part of that era was they didn't do a lot of leg isolation. They just did squats. Squats were more than enough for them to build their legs. So there was a heavy focus on back squats, obviously. But their upper body, a lot of them obsessed with pullovers and vacuums. And I think that's a big part of that look. I think that was a massive factor in them getting that look. And again, they all benched, and they all benched with a pretty wide grip. Most successful coach, appreciate it, Barton. So I'm going to work towards that as I continue to get leaner. But you guys saw the picture this morning. Squats is enough for quads. All right. And they didn't do extensions for their legs either, so they never developed that rectus femoris. Vacuums are great. No, I used to do them when I was younger. There's an old picture of me doing a vacuum pose, and everyone goes back like, wow, when you started YouTube, you were reasonably aesthetic. Because before I got bulked back up and got really into the powerlifting, I trimmed down to 200 pounds from being fat again. And I have a picture of me just in some underwear doing like a vacuum pose. I can go find it somewhere. I mean, guys, I was literally like in my first week of YouTube, like 2012. But I'm noticing everything is a lot tighter today. Again, you guys will see in the footage. So all this fasted cardio is pulling that waistline in a lot. I'm just going to keep running with it. You know, I'm not even worried with the scale. It's not whooshing, but I'm like, my waist is getting smaller. It's getting tighter. The pounds will come off eventually if I just keep losing fat. I'm not going to worry about it. So, but yeah, I did 4 hours of fasted cardio yesterday morning, 4 hours of walking. But yeah, I agree, Carol. Again, unless you're trying to do well in modern bodybuilding, but I mean, I think that's very much the point. Like for me, I can do 3 sets of squats 3 times a week and then some deadlifts. That's enough for my legs. They have big calves compared to quads. Yeah. Of course, I can always throw some calf work back in if I need it. My calves haven't, I don't think they've really gotten bigger from the calf work I was doing. I took it out for now. I may add it back in coming up. Just because the end of my workouts. Just I'm kind of tired from all those pullovers right there at the end. And I did 3 sets of 30 on plate pullovers after my curls. But same for me, it's like you're looking at their proportions. So my back is big enough. Like I just did chins. I'm like, I don't even need pull-ups. I'm just gonna do full range of motion chins and push them really hard, get my chin up over the bar on weighted chins, and then do barbell curls. I'm just gonna double down, build biceps, build triceps, pecs, and just get leaner. How many years have you been training regularly? 25. Most of it's been powerlifting though. I mean, we had a middle ground in the middle where I had to take time off. I spent 10 months in bed and I gained 100 pounds. So, and I had to rebuild from that. I had to learn to walk again. That's been like 14, 15 years now, 15 years. So, I redocumented that rebuilding was kind of part of my early YouTube. A little bit of it. It was on the tail end of it. I was showing the pictures and then like the last 30, 40 pounds of weight loss, kind of documented right there at the start. But that was my original channel. This new channel was made. This channel was made a year later, the one I have now. So yeah. All right. Well, because of the time of the day and the sun, it's going to get bright on the phone, but I don't care. I like my outdoor walking, and I have to train on certain days. Like I have to get up and lift. I got and started lifting before sunup, but it took me 2 hours. So we'll just deal with a little bit of overhead light. The legendary Blaha Grill, I've been watching you just for so long. I ran the ice cream program back in the day. Man, I got to stop reading the long posts. I love you guys, but I have to stop walking to read them because of the bright light right now. It's unavoidable. So, but I appreciate it, man. Morning, Mus. Good morning to you. Yeah, everything's coming along. So, I mean, you guys see the thumbnail. You guys saw the picture in the community tab. I'll have the vlog up here in a bit. So cut's coming along, even though I haven't lost any weight in 2 weeks. I'll weigh in though after this walk. I may be down, I may not. I don't know. We'll find out. The waist is getting smaller and I'm getting leaner, so I'm not even that worried the scale has been stuck for a bit because I dropped 15 pounds already. You know? But my carbs are very high at the moment, keeping that potassium through the roof, so I'm just staying full. Benching went good though. I did drop it down. I'm like, let's just do rep work at 225. And I did 3 sets of 12 and then I hit failure on rep 13 every time. So I failed all 3 sets. But I mean, I'll take that for flat back, wide grip. Sets of 12 with 2 plates aside is okay. It means I can still easily bench over 315 anytime I want with a flat back. And that's the main thing. I mean, even like I said, even though the squats are down, I know I can still squat 405 if I have to. But yeah, the squats have definitely come down but I'm doing 3-4 hours of cardio a day. So I'm not going to keep my squat strength on a deficit like that. And I accept that. That's okay. I can always rebuild my squat back up anytime I want, as soon as I stop cutting and throw in a little bit of supplemental leg work. Again, I've done it before. Like people will jump on me about that. I'm like, why? But you have to watch me do this multiple times. Remember when I didn't squat for a year? And then I started at like 405 and everyone's like, oh, your squat's gonna be so weak. And then I built up to a 600 pound squat. It's like, doesn't matter, guys. It's just a squat. And the only reason I get away with that That is my genetics. We always joke that I have horrible genetics, and I like to joke about that. It's good. But let's be honest. My first day in the gym, I did a 225. That's over 100 kilos on a back squat. My first time under a squat bar in my entire life, really. So one of my cousins took me to the gym, was going to teach me how to squat and bench press. So, I don't even know what it's like to have less than a 100 kilo squat. Like, that was me as a complete noob, just being taught how to squat my first day. I built up and hit that. So that's why I don't worry about it. I can rebuild my squat at any point. But the fatigue, yeah, my squat's plummeting. Appreciate it, Peppermint. But the physique's coming along. Peppermint, you missed the early spiel. I had a long talk about, I've really been studying lately the proportions and training methods of the silver and golden era bodybuilders. So I do like the idea of people making a push back towards that. And so I'm going to jump in and really focus on that and work on that. Yeah, squats have always historically been my best lift. I mean, people for a deadlift was for a little while, but people forget that I didn't squat for a year at all. I didn't even do quad work for a year. Unless we count that, does deadlift count as quad work? I think it does. Conventional deadlifts, deficit deadlifts, I didn't train my quads for a year. And I had to start back with like a 425 squat after not doing any. But then I got to 600 pounds. I have an issue from squatting. Well, fix it. Hey, Bubba, we have coaching slots open. I hope we didn't just lose the stream, by the way. It went to 1 bar and I only have 10 viewers. There, it went back to 2 bars. But I can also see, because I'm in a shadier area, I've squatted so much, my butt is massive. That's not a bad thing. Thank you, Peppermint. Well, girls like a big butt, dude. You're good. Hell, dudes like everybody likes a butt. Doesn't matter if you're straight or gay or whatever, dude. Everybody likes a butt. How's this a bad thing? Just to let you know it's still on. Thank you. Appreciate it, Peppermint. Still on. Good, good, good. Well, it may not be as strong as this weekend. This weekend, those super chats were popping. No matter how tiring squat is, it provides great success. Exactly. I mean, my squatting has gone down to, people are going to laugh. Like, I literally last week had someone tell me I wasn't really squatting to failure. I was faking it. And I'm like, those were really failure sets. So today was the same way. I did 3x6 and got stapled on rep 7 with 315 pounds. But I also did 4 hours of fasted cardio yesterday. I'll live with it. I'll take it. Because I woke up looking leaner, looking tighter. My waist is smaller. So, and like I said, we all know I can build my squat back up. I never said faking it. Oh, no, I mean, that's really but that happens when I cut. Like, you guys have seen me cut before and my squat dropped like 70 pounds. Like literally 15 pounds into a cut before. That's normal for me. People said oh yeah, it might've been him. Yeah. No, yeah, I think you said, no, I'm stronger than that. I'm like, no, I really am not. So today I did 315. I did them deep. I did them ass to grass. I got 3 sets of 6 and I got stapled to the pins on rep 7 on all 3 sets. This is what it is. The squat is, for me, squat is highly tied to body weight. I can do a 10-pound bulk and put 60 pounds on my squat in a matter of weeks, just from fat gain alone. But I'm not going to worry about it. Like, the goals right now are the physique, and I'm just going to squat for that. And then if I want the big squat again, I just build the squat back up and do some supplemental work. Saw 50 lifter Marvin Elders. He had a chest almost like Arnold. You could bench more than 4 or 5 overpress 300, under 200 pounds. Yeah, some of those guys were crazy, but look at that. That was kind of the point I was making, with the modern guys. How many of these modern guys are over here pinning the hell out of their delts, using more drugs, and they're saying silly stuff like The bench press isn't the best chest lift. I don't do the bench press. And then they're all delts and no pecs compared to those guys. All those guys wide grip benched. All those silver and gold medal guys. And you have trouble with fatigue, just your judgment. No, I mean, it's not, I think you really are misunderstanding that I am literally getting stapled. And that's okay. I mean, it's not a judgment issue. I'm literally getting stapled on those reps. Like I'm going down and it just sticks. So, and that's okay. I mean, I'm fine with it. Like I know that this happens to me when I cut, and I know how much cardio I'm doing. But I'm not fatigued anywhere else. Like my bench and stuff is doing great. So it really is the amount of cardio I'm doing. My legs are just not going to keep up. So, you know, I always bench pretty wide, yeah. Pull myself together and wide grip, that's it. But I mean, we don't want to go so wide that it's going to hurt the shoulder. So when I'm saying wide, like I've got my pinkies on the ring right now, maybe a hair outside. But I mean, even today, so I just repped out on bench. I did 3 sets of 12 with 225 with a flat back, nice wide grip. Those were the failure. Had to put the 13th rep on the pins every time, but that's okay. Why don't they slow down to grinders? Have you ever seen me slow down for a grinder? So I am an exception to that rule. People have noticed that in footage at powerlifting meets. They're like, how in the world did you miss that lift? They are slow for me. It's just to the average person, it looks like a crazy fast speed rep. For me, it is slow, and I can feel it slowing down. Like to me, they feel like half speed reps, the last rep each time. But look how fast I squat. Look how fast I deadlift on maxes sometimes. And then you'll understand. So so watch any of my max squats and watch the bar speed, right? So those are grinders for me. And that's what you're not grasping. The bar is moving at half the speed of a normal rep. But to other people, because I'm a fast squatter, I'm a fast puller, it looks fast. But to me, it feels like 6 seconds. Like it feels like it takes all day to do that rep, like the one right before it fails. Like I can feel it moving slower. Like I'm having to dig in. But everyone's like, dude, that's a 1 second rep. It's a 1.5 second rep. Like, yeah, that's slow. No, I'm not an exception to the rule. No, it is slower. It is objectively slower. So if you were to go take the footage and run it through a slow timer to the 100th of a second, you'd be like, oh man, it's like 50, 60% slower than the rep before. It went from 0.9 seconds to 1.5 seconds. Does that make sense? Whereas for other people, a 3-second rep is slow, a 4-second rep is slow. I can't lift on a squat that slow. I can't do it. I would probably fail the rep with 225 if I tried to do a 4-second rep. I can't squat that slow. I can't do it. I can't grind squats. So when you have seen me miss squats in competition or on camera, people are like, I don't understand how you missed it. It exploded. It's like, well, yeah, because it turned into a 2-second rep. So no, I'm fast. So I'm not an exception to the bar speed slows. If my bar speed slows 50%, that's exactly what we would expect to see, right? Makes sense? But again, if you're used to people who maybe have less fast twitch fibers in their legs, you're gonna see a completely different thing. Jason, what muscle group do you believe makes a man look more powerful? All of them. All right, Coach, has speed work contributed? Probably has, but I've always been a fast squatter and puller. Probably why speed work makes my maxes go up, It's why every time I do conjugate and I'm like, speed work is stupid, and I do it and my maxes start climbing. You know, it could be a genetic component. Some say the neck and traps. You know, I mean, we could make these arguments, but here's the point I would make. How about if you train everything, and then whatever muscles are going to make you look powerful are going to grow? What would you say? I'm a top, I don't know about top 0%. In terms of speed, though, I'm probably top 2 or 3%, I guess. I definitely probably fast twitch dominant. At least my legs are. I'm pretty fast too. When I watch some people do speed work, I'm like, is that speed work, right? That's like my normal work, yeah. So, you know. But I don't like to say that with the speed strength because I market my terrible genetics. Well, let's stick to that. Remember, Vitruvian Physique said Jason Blaha has the worst genetics in YouTube fitness. So we need to stick to that story. Okay. Right. So it's like if I can squat and deadlift 600 pounds with the worst genetics ever, what can I do for the average person? You know, as a coach, like I'll make you a god. What would you say is the minimum body fat percentage someone can start bulking? What body fat percentage are you happy with staying at? That would be the answer. So when you look at your body fat and go, the body fat you're at, would you be happy with your body and your health where your body fat is for the next 3 years? If your answer is yes, then you can start lean bulking. No, I don't drink fruit juice. Yeah, I remember that comment. Do you think 2 to 3% of the population can failure each show at the same weight? I think everybody can. I think you just need to be in shape. I think people are out of shape and have no work capacity and no cardio, and they're lazy. Those combinations. I did the same thing again today. I went to failure and got the same reps on all my sets. I got stapled on the bench. I did 3 sets of 12 and missed the 13th rep with 225. My dips, I did the same thing. My chins, I lost like I think 1 rep on the chins on the 3rd set. I think I couldn't quite really finish the last rep. So I did lose like a half a rep on 3 sets of weighted chins to failure. What we say is the highest body fat a man should reach ever. I mean, okay, we want to be fair. And I'm not trying to be hypocritical. I'm going to be honest, objective. Let's even set aside my own past and say, if we want to be healthy, truly healthy and fit, no man should be over 15% body fat. Why would you drink a bunch of garbage fruit juice, Lester? Lester, I don't eat junk food, dude. I mean, I've made that very clear. Fruit juice is junk food, dude. It's just, you've taken all the fiber out. It's just refined. It's more refined sugar. I don't see the benefit to putting that in your body. Unless you're going to mix some fiber back in. Are you mixing it with oats or something? So no, you shouldn't be consuming junk food like that. I mean, I get it if you're going to mix it back with another fiber source, but I don't know why you went to the fruit juice. You could have just made a smoothie. Besides exercise, what other factors are great for someone's mental health and well-being? I don't know. I don't run that sort of channel. I can tell you what's good for your mental health is to not get on my nerves with silly off-topic questions. That's really good for your mental health and mine, because then I won't insult you. All right. Next. Yeah, orange juice is junk food. All right. That's wild. I've never been an athlete or performance. I've met tons of them. Hey, dude, basically you're just an arguing cunt, so get out of my thing. Done. How many times should we work out in a week? 3 to 4 is good. Jason, like this guy's been arguing with me on this for days, and I'm just tired of it. I've clearly demonstrated it. We've all seen tons of people do it. People are lazy and out of shape. Get out of here. To me, coach is a genetic freak. Jason advised to hit 100 grams of animal protein daily is very helpful. I mean, it's a very simple approach. Well, I mean, I'd get annoyed with these people. And if I want to stay positive, I just got to get rid of the nonsense. Like, I'm not here to stand here and argue with people. Like, I've displayed it, and anyone who claims they've not seen people do this doesn't really work out. They don't go to the gym. They don't watch it lifters. All right. I thought that was a fair question, brother. All right. Hey, King Dale, why don't you go to, and I'm going to be honest with you, maybe you should go to a psychology channel and ask a psychologist, because I cover health and fitness, dude. You know, I'm not an expert on psychology. It's not my wheelhouse. And you go off topic a lot. Like, I'm just saying, you personally go off topic in like 90% of your posts in here. I'm not trying to be mean, but I don't run that type of channel. All right, coach, not taking any crap today. I'm not, man. Coach Fighter, yesterday was hard, man. Plus I got a lot on my plate, so I'm just not putting up with nonsense. Coach not happy because coach about to have to drop a $500 deductible. They're fixing my car today. A tree fell on it. It's about to cost me another 500 bucks. All right. Can leafy greens like salad be hard to digest? Well, that's kind of the point. Yes, there's insoluble fiber in there, making it harder to digest. This is a great thing. That's a positive benefit. All right, yeah, coach, in no nonsense mood. I'm just not. But we are leaner today. Coach also just did like however many sets to failure, like 19 sets to failure. A bunch of barbell movements. Just like, man, I'm just not putting up with it. We're just not tolerating it. Not having much luck with it. Man, I'm telling you, dude, I don't know what it is with trees. Yeah, straight up, a tree fell on my car. No fault of my own. It's only cost me $500 because of the deductible, but still, it buzzed my whole back windshield and hatch. What's better, full-fat Greek yogurt or reduced fat? Fat-free is probably better because you have less empty calories. So here's a point I'm going to make. Are we going to talk about okay versus optimal? All right. Fat and full-fat dairy is relatively benign, right? Butter will kill the hell out of you. That's pretty well documented. So full-fat dairy and full-fat Greek yogurt would count. The fat in there is relatively benign, meaning it doesn't seem to impact LDL the way other saturated fats do in that particular matrix of a whole food. However, it also has no benefits. Your body can make saturated fat. It doesn't reduce inflammation. It doesn't improve insulin sensitivity. So I would say from an optimal perspective, the fat-free is better. And if you're like, but I want some fat, you could add a healthy fat in place of it that will have actual benefits to you instead of simply being neutral and benign. Makes sense? So, if we're going to talk optimal, is beef more anabolic than chicken? No, not necessarily. I mean, it might have slightly more calories. There's a different nutrient profile. What I will give beef is things like the iron, the B12 are considerably higher. But if you're doing dairy, that's not as big of a benefit. But, I like beef, and I'm big on steak. Just be aware of one, cost. Two, be aware of making sure that you do keep up with not getting too much saturated fat. All right, that's 500 I have in the bank, exactly. And it was no fault of my own. I minded my own business. And a tree falls on my car. A tree that I don't technically own. So, but it's an act of God. So, insurance has ruled they're going to fix it. Everything's going to be fixed, but it's still $500 out of my pocket that I got to pay today. So I just don't have a lot of tolerance for mouthy cunts. I just don't. We got business to take care of. So, Lester, I see what you mean. So my breakfast before training is typically a reduced fat Greek yogurt with raw honey, organic. Organic doesn't mean anything. It's a scam. It's no difference. With a glass of orange juice, my job. Yeah, I mean, the orange juice I wouldn't necessarily do. You could throw some oranges, and then why don't you just throw some fruit in? Coach, do you feel that being jacked reduces the pain when hitting a tree? What? No, it still hurts your head. I mean, obviously a strong neck protects your neck. You know, I mean, I'm just calling it like it is, Lester. You're maybe adding some extra fructose you don't need without additional fiber. So the organic cereal? Yeah, that's junk food. So Lester, we could improve this. Replace the cereal with oats. Like all these organic cereals they're just more expensive junk food. They're not healthy, right? Like, but I eat my Kushi Go Lean. It's just junk food, dude. Hell, it's usually got sucrose in it too. But it's organic, cruelty-free cane sugar. Yeah, that's called sucrose. All right, strong neck would help bear the impact. Bro, I go with overnight oats. I mean oats, I don't know about the whole overnight thing. That confuses me. I just put hot water in my oats. So, see, it's just plain cinnamon squares. Well, I don't know what's in those cinnamon squares. So it's just squares of cinnamon. You see what I mean? Like you're describing something. So it's just cinnamon. There's nothing but cinnamon. Yeah, dude, that's junk food. Man, I make Facebook statuses about this every day. Come on, dude. Like you guys can't actually follow me on social media and not know this. Like I clown on these bougie fitness and hippie fitness all day long. Fitness TM. It's like something I make fun of. So organic healthy cereals are bougie fitness. It's basically stuff that people with a lot of money spend money on to pretend that they're healthy while still eating junk food. So you've heard that fructose, well, all carbohydrates can reduce cortisol, but why are you getting straight pure fructose? No, that's not, yeah. No, Lester, we got to cover some basic nutrition, man. Bro, so you're eating what I call bougie fitness. Almond butter, honey, blueberry. That sounds pretty solid. All right, Bubba Smith, oats with milk, a little almond butter, any nut butter's fine, so a little honey. Now that's better. Those are all single ingredient. You got plenty of fiber. See, that'll get Coach's seal of approval. Unless you're wanting to do really low fat, then take the almond butter out. But if you're wanting healthy fats, the almond butter works great. See, this gets the Coach Blaha seal of approval. I'll take oats with yogurt and peanut. There you go. Oats, peanut butter, yogurt. Done. No sweeteners, no cinnamon squares needed, no refined sugar needed. Done. Easy. That gets the Coach Blaha stamp of approval. Right? You'd be a lean, mean, healthy machine eating that for breakfast. And that's all going to be positively impact your blood work. But sugar could be better than starch in context. Define sugar. You refine fructose? No, absolutely not. Refined fructose will never be better than starch for you. It will always be best case. In a perfect scenario, you could create equal, but that's pushing it because you might be doing a really refined starch that has very little nutritional value. We could get into a lot of nuance, but unlikely, but possible. It's never going to be better. Would ever consider going into acting? Anybody hiring me? I haven't seen anybody offered. No Hollywood movies have offered to hire me. No glucose. No, sucrose is not. Glucose is probably fine, but sucrose, no, you shouldn't be consuming sucrose. There's no reason for you to consume it. Yummy, I agree with Coach's protein oatmeal taste. There you go. I mean, if you're looking for balance though and you want to do healthy fats too, you absolutely can't go wrong with it. Yeah, the yogurt, oatmeal, and other stuff. Look at this kitty cat. Just let me walk right by. What's up, kitty cat? How you doing? right? All right. Cat just chilled. I like walked like within a foot of him. He just looked at me like, what's up? You know. All right. Coach, would maltose be healthier than fructose? I don't know. Like, what? Why do you people just not eat food? What is so difficult about eating food? This is what I don't understand. All these people pretend to care about fitness and health. And I'm eating these Quest bars. I'm like, it's like, are you guys serious? Are you trolling me? Why can't you just eat food? I don't understand why it's so difficult for people to just eat food. Like healthy single ingredient foods and cook them. It blows my mind. Coach, ideal body fat. I don't know that there's an ideal. I mean, somewhere between, I don't know, 10 to 14% for most people. One away from that cat, he's on a carnivore diet. Well, he still probably eats some plants. All obligate carnivores still eat some vegetable matter. The carnivore dieters are too stupid to know that, though. Sorry, Coach, I wasn't trolling. No, because then I'd have to go research it. And do we really need to have that conversation? You know? Damn, you're old. Your mama's old. Say hello to your sexy ass old mama for me. Tell her I said, what's up? She put your mom up to the camera. What you doing, sexy? All right. How many scoops of whey do you have? I don't necessarily have it every day at all. I occasionally have a scoop. That was a great response. That was a perfect response. That was my response to your mama. Seriously, man. Hey, can you send me a pic of your mom? I mean, I'm not trolling you. I'm dead serious. Like, if you'd go over to my Facebook and send me a picture of your mom, I kind of like to see what she looks like. So Patty, I mean, how old is your mom, by the way? Like, what's her age and weight? You need to go to Turkey and get a hair transplant, oldie. Get a hair transplant to your mama. Your mama would probably love to rub my beautiful bald head. Go show her a picture. Be like, Mom, I'm making fun of this jacked old dude. And she'd be like, damn, son, hold on. You got a picture I could have of him? Give me that phone. Let me watch him. All right? Patty defensive, like his mom is actually beautiful, right? We're really going down this road, pal. We going down that road. I bet you if you gave the phone to your mama, she'd start rubbing herself right now in front of you. Right? She'd be flicking the bean. Be like, son, you need to leave the room. All right. All right, next. I've successfully elicited an emotional response. You could be old one day too, Patty. Being young doesn't last. No, it doesn't. Elicited. Well, I elicited your mom. All right, next. Flicking the bean. That's right, she'd be flicking the bean. Oh gosh, we're just gonna let him run with it. Oh man, I hope it does, and I can quit shaving the rest of the head. Man, I hope that helicopter sucks the rest of it out. Oh, you don't remember Blaha was an actor for years. Yeah, Blaha is hilarious. All right, time for chest day. My organic cinnamon square should help me out. And you keep eating them organic. That bougie fitness. That bougie fitness. Now go enjoy your chest, brother. Go burn through some of that sucrose. Get it out of your system. All right. Patty should drop me a super chat just for them lulls that I just delivered. He really thinks he got elicited an emotional response from me. He got defensive. How many times do you eat a day? I have a 6-hour feed window. I just kind of graze through that window. You see all my meals though, I put them up on Facebook and Instagram. You guys are like, but I don't follow you on Facebook and Instagram. So that's a problem. This is a problem that has an easy solution. Is it just me, or is squatting easier than deadlifting? It's just you. Yours, oh gosh. Yeah, I'm so jacked up on sucrose right now. You're all hyped up on sucrose. You're gonna come at me like a spider monkey. All right? His posterior chain, that's why. Yeah, or his back is weak. Like these deadlifts are hard. I can see droplets running down. His face, yeah, dude, I'm in Texas summer, man. There are definitely droplets running down my face. Probably some spit blowing out of my mouth. I just did a serious full body workout with this, guys. Come on now. Oh, man. Time we're 46 minutes in. In a good little session. Hopefully, though, this screen stays good. I want to go back down this other street, but it's a little bright. I can't read the screen if I do it. That's the problem with the sun. I like to be able to talk to you guys, but still walk down the streets that I want to walk down. All right? All right, let me see if I can read it this way. You got to admit, that's impressive, even with a cinnamon squat diet. See, this is not working. I'm walking into leaves and stuff, trying to read the screen. Come on now. Well, I'm 5'9", 185, at 12% body fat. That's pretty solid, Lester. I'm not gonna hate on that, but let's come over and talk about the health end of it, though, man.